What up, Bonnie Sports Network Wrestling, and it's time to make the Fastlane predictions for Fastlane, which I think is going to be an okay show. It's not going to be the best. I don't see the stacked card. Number one, you don't got the U.S. Championship on the line, and you don't got the Intercontinental Championship on the line. But you know what? Finn Balor he got buried on Raw. And Samoa Joe won the U.S. title on SmackDown, so they don't need to defend those belts at the moment. First match, kickoff show, Andrade versus Rey Mysterio. I think Andrade is going to win. Andrade, he got pinned by Samoa Joe in that fatal four-way, but I think Andrade goes over this match. Triple threat match between Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. They lost the belts to the Ascension. No, not the Ascension, the Revival. And Aleister Black and Ricochet. I don't care. This must not be an unpopular opinion, and I wasn't watching wrestling in a while. I don't like Ricochet. He's a classic indie wrestler who does flips all the time. You know, he can be in the circus, but not in the WWE ring. I'm not saying I can do that. I'm fat. I can't do shit. I can't do flips, but you know, it's not. I'm not saying it's not impressive, but it's not a WWE thing. He can go back to the Indies, make money. He can go to AEW. I don't think Ricochet is like a WWE quality talent. Put him in the circus. He'll do good. But yeah, I think the revival retain. So I'm picking the revival to retain. Women's Tag Team Championship match: the Boston Hug Connection versus Tamina and Nia Jax. It's too early to drop the titles from Nia Jax and Sasha, unless they're gonna break up. And that's why I think with Shane too, and Shane and Miz, but we'll get to there. Other than that, I think the Boss and Hug Connection retain the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. Oh, jeez. SmackDown Tag Team Championships: Usos versus Miz and Shane McMahon in the Miz's hometown of Cleveland. The Usos versus the Miz. If if the Miz and Shane win, then they're not gonna break up. If the Miz and Shane loses, I think Shane's gonna break up with the Miz, or the Miz is gonna turn on Shane. But I don't think the Miz is gonna turn on Shane. I think the Miz is a full babyface. I think Shane McMahon is a McMahon. McMahon stabbed people in the back, so I think Usos retain and Miz and Shane they split. Asuka versus Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose had a match against Naomi. It was a squash match, and then Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville went back, and then Asuka attacked Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville from the back. But I think Mandy Rose is going to take the belt. I think Asuka is like, you know, she's like a fifth wheel on that roster in SmackDown. Like it's always Becky and Charlotte, which I like the feud. Um, Becky, Charlotte, Ronda, obviously. I like the feud, but Asuka's the third wheel. She's not like the main focus on SmackDown, and it's not even the SmackDown Women's Championship, so that's kind of stupid. But the championship doesn't matter; it's a feud. But I think Asuka's gonna lose it because they want to get a fresh face with the belt, and you know, build up a new champion. The Shield versus Drew McIntyre versus Baron Corbin versus Bobby Lashley. Lashley. Bobby. I think the Shield are gonna win. I do not like. Sorry, I do not like Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is. I don't like him, and this faction's not good. Drew McIntyre can be feuding for the Intercontinental Championship with Finn Balor. Bobby Lashley and Leo Rush are good on its own, and you know Baron Corbin's just not. Yeah, he's not. That's all I gotta say. He's not. um, I think the Shield go over and the Shield win. Or like there can be a disqualification. I don't know. Same thing. I think the Shield's gonna win. Becky and Charlotte. Becky and Charlotte. Obviously, Becky has to win. You know, you want your main event at WrestleMania to be Becky versus Charlotte versus Ronda, which Ronda turned heel on Raw. Um, I think Charlotte's gonna work Becky's Becky's injured leg and arm and ribs and stuff. She's gonna work all the injured parts, but I think Becky's gonna win by outsmarting Charlotte in a kayfabe way by outsmarting Charlotte, and I think Becky's gonna win. By submission, she's gonna put on the disarmor, and Charlotte's gonna tap out, and we're gonna have a triple threat. All right, Daniel Bryan versus face Kevin Owens, and face Kevin Owens so far, not that bad. Face Kevin Owens is a badass. um, he uses the stunner. He lost a little bit of weight. You know, he's doesn't mean he was bad before, but he lost a little bit of weight. He rested up, and he can wrestle, man. Kevin Owens, our Canadian boy. Yeah, it's not that I'm picking Daniel Bryan, but I think this can lead to a triple threat, or it can be just Daniel Bryan versus Kofi at Mania. I don't know. I don't book the WWE. If I would, it would have been a triple threat at Mania. Um, yeah, I'm picking Bryan to retain, but if Kevin Owens wins, that would be a big pop in Cleveland. And those are my predictions for Fastlane. Hopefully on Sunday this is a good show, and hopefully the WWE doesn't disappoint us. And goodbye, Bonnie Sports Network Wrestling.